My name is Mary Breen and I teach in the School of English in UCC, and I'm the co-director of the Summer School in Irish Studies with my colleague Damien Bracken from the History Department. In this year's Summer School in Irish Studies we have 50 students. They come from North America mainly, but we have students from Canada, from Turkey, from the Czech Republic, Italy, Spain, Belgium, right across mainland Europe as well. And over the last 31 years we've graduated over 2,000 students from the school, so it's been we have graduates and alumni all over the world at this stage. The school meets for a month for 4 weeks, and students attend class every morning. They have 2 formal lectures each morning. They're followed by small group teaching tutorials that back up the content of the lectures, and that's followed by optional Irish language classes. And then students are free then from 2 o'clock in the afternoon to go to the library or to experience Cork, or just to socialise and find their way about in the city. So that runs for 4 weeks then. The first 2 weeks of the school are normally the history module is taught, and then the second 2 weeks we have the literature module of the programme. This year in the literature section we're teaching the novels of James Joyce and the poetry of W.B. Yeats. Now they're 2 very heavyweights of Irish literature, 2 great 20th century men, not just in terms of Irish literature but in terms of world literature. Certainly Joyce redefined the novel in 20th century literature. So we spend the first week of the literature section of the course looking at Joyce's work and looking at the innovative techniques that make him one of the great 20th century novelists. And we then in the following week look at the works of W.B. Yeats, again a colossus of literature in any nation or in any language even indeed, and we look at his again redefining of the genre, redefining of poetry. One of the things we encourage students to do when they're here is to avail of any theatre performances that are on in the city during their time here in Cork. This year we're taking them to Gugambara, to Theatre by the Lake, and we're going to see a performance of A Sullivan Bear. Now it's a premiere of it, we haven't seen it before, so we've no idea what it's going to be like, but nonetheless it will be an experience of theatre in West Cork about a West Cork man, so from that point of view it will be well worth the visit, I think. And it is a way of encouraging students to be involved both in the landscape of Ireland and in the theatre and performances that are available here in Cork during their period in the city. And we have a group of students from the Summer School in Irish Studies here, and I'm just going to ask you a few questions about the evening. Can I ask Amelia what you think of this evening?
I think it's really good. I work in a theatre, so I get to see a lot of things like this at home, and he's very enthusiastic and it's very engaging. I'm enjoying it a lot.
Great, great. And can I ask the boys, what about yourself?
It's a very good performance. He has great delivery and it's just really striking to see and hear him.
And can I ask you, Gabriel, what do you think of it?
Very energetic gentleman. Pleased to be here. It's been a wonderful night. It's a beautiful place and quite a performance, yeah.
Great. And what about my final gentleman over here in the corner?
I think it's really interesting. It's cool learning about history in a different kind of medium, because we've been in lectures and heard a lot about all the Irish history, like medieval and modern, but this is a new kind of way of looking at things, which is really cool.
Great. Can I ask you then what you think of the summer school itself? How about the girls first?
I'm having a great time. I think all the stuff we've been learning is really interesting, and it's really interesting to learn about it and then kind of go on to the actual Irish culture and see it kind of put into practice.
Can you tell me where you come from?
I'm from Portland, Oregon, up on the west coast.
And how have you found it being in Ireland?
The weather's actually quite similar. lots of rain, a little bit of sun during the summertime. It actually all the rain stopped as soon as I left Oregon and it started raining here, but now the weather's been really nice, so I thought it's really nice to be here.
Great. And what about yourself, Gabriel? How have you found the school over the last month?
I've enjoyed it terribly. It's been a great pleasure. It's supplemented my own Irish Studies minor back at home in Missoula, Montana, and yeah, it's been a great opportunity for me altogether.
Great. And what about yourself with that red hair? And I know you're not of Irish descent. Can you explain that to me?
Yes, I'm from Indianapolis, but I think I have Scottish descent. That gave me the red hair.
Yes.
From the history class I actually learned I might have Irish descent with the colonies and such, and so I might actually be Irish just way back down the line, so that's really interesting to learn and find out about.
How would you recommend a school? What do you think is important about spending time in Cork? How about yourself?
I wouldn't miss the Butter Museum. That was an afternoon well spent. Cork, I really like Cork because it's really feels like an Irish city, but it's not a big city. So you get more of the culture without the big city feel. I started in Dublin, and I actually do like Cork better in Dublin, so yeah, I definitely recommend Cork.
I think most Cork people would love to hear you say that. Yeah, it's really good response. And we have Zeke here beside me. Can you tell us, Zeke, where you come from?
I'm from Worcester, Massachusetts, and I'm working on an English minor, and I was in Ireland 2 years ago working for that, and I've come back here again, and it's beautiful to be here again.
And how have you found the history and the literature part of the course?
Oh, they've both been great. It was very nice in the history section how they would change the professors to bring in and talk about their particular areas of interest. And the literature and talking about Yeats has been wonderful as well.
It's been very rewarding work, I think. I've really enjoyed writing a lot of my essays. I got to do one of the history essays, like the biological aspects of the famine, which I'm a biology major, so I thought that was really interesting. And it's tough, but there's been plenty of time to go out and have fun and do tourist things and see the city. And so it's not all work and no play. So.
That's wonderful. And I know that you're very much amongst the Americans in this group. How has it been for a girl from Barcelona here?
It's been a great experience, actually, because I got to improve on my English quite a lot, which was my main interest. And I've also, I really like learning about Ireland more, because I've been in Ireland before, but I didn't know all the historical background that it had, and I've really enjoyed that a lot.
Can you tell me your majors? What does everybody majoring in? You're not all literature people at all, I know that, or history people.
Well, I'm a mechanical engineer here, and I thought it would be really nice to take a break from the technical courses and kind of delve into more of the humanities for a while. So, like, the summer program really gave me a chance to kind of spread out and try something new besides, physics and math and chemistry and all the sciences. My major at home is a lot about crunching numbers, doing, kind of like problem solving, and here it's more like it's more like philosophy, like thinking about what the inner meanings of things are, like trying to analyze why certain things in history happened. And so it's a completely different part of the brain, and I think it's been really cool.
That's wonderful. And Gabriel, I know you're a humanities person, aren't you?
A bit of the humanities. I'm film studies and digital filmmaking, so two different degrees there. But also Irish studies and integrated digital media, just kind of all over the board. Those are minors there, Irish studies and that lot.
Great. And I know you're not a literature person either.
I'm a nuclear and mechanical engineer, so this is quite a stretch for me.
The title of next year's summer school is Island of Saints and Scholars. If you would like to join us for the history and the literature section of the course, do check out our website or contact us.